Both teams ready to run onto the pitch. Guam in the white strip, Laos in the blue. Lao will run from left to right of your screen. They will kick us off this plate round robin in the women's division. And we're off here. Nice kick from Guam. Lao using that very short blind side here. She's found herself into touch and we'll have our first line out of the game.
Kele Tagawakta with the throw.
And Guam come up with the win of the line out. A short flat ball.
Good clear out there by Guam.
It's number 7, it's Paige Serber. She's making a surge on the far left. Paige Serber giving the big don't argue. Can she go all the way? And she does.
Fantastic play there by Paige Serber. Not the biggest girl on the park, but certainly a big don't argue there on her way through. And great try in the end. Great solo effort.
That was a fantastic run. She was all alone over in the far side. 40 yards, bit of a dash, bit of a crash. And she's over for the first 5-pointer.
That all stemmed from a very slick line out, got the ball wide quickly, cleared out and protected that ball at the ruck, and then it was up to Paige Serber to do all the work to get themselves on the score sheet.
The conversion is unsuccessful, leaving the score at Guam 5, Laos 0. As Guam gets us restarted again, it's another deep kick.
Oh, a bit of a knock there by
the bounce has favoured Guam. That was number 6 there, Kimberly. Running up the middle, we have there Lavana Terlaju. Guam going to the left, swinging it out wide. That's Calvo making a run. Not releasing the ball. Penalty, Laos.
Oh, player getting herself isolated there. Holding on, and she's going to give away the penalty.
Lauer under pressure now. Guam on the roll on.
Olivia Ellett with a very, very strong run. Looking to get the ball out, places it well.
Another crash ball here for Guam up the middle. That's Terlage. A big step there from number 7 again. It's Paige Serber.
Yeah, great play there by Paige Serber. Seeing the defence drifting out wide, she took the step inside, and that's her second try for the game.
The big show and go there from Serber. She's got a bit of talent here, this young lass. Not huge in size, but definitely huge in heart. She took them on, and she found herself underneath the post for her second 5-pointer.
And that big show and go is very much up there with some of those that I've seen by Dan Nahora over the years. Certainly uses his show and go quite often.
That conversion was successful. Converting her own try was Serber. The score now is Guam 12, Laos 0. Now, let's see what Laos can do. How will they react? They need to get lower in that ruck area, Ryan. They're still a little too high.
Yeah, very upright in the ruck. And
we have a break here from Lao, number 5 herself. It's Budasan Vongdala. Vongdala all the way. And she's underneath the post.
that just shows, just using the width, what a difference it makes. Didn't get too much in the contact. One hit up and the ball out wide and the space opened up for them. So well done there to Laos.
Yeah, deep in their own half. We were just commenting that Lao was a little bit too high in that ruck area, but Vong Dala seeing that space, putting on the big step, and she went for a 50-yard dash.
Yeah, and 50 yards in this heat isn't the easiest thing to be doing at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
And with that conversion, takes the score to Guam 12, Laos 7.
Big difference on that one as well is that Lao managed to secure the ball off the kickoff, something they didn't do on the first two. And they're showing with a bit of possession what they can do.
Restart then from Vongdala.
Mistake creeping in there, and knock on from Guam. Scrum down, Lao ball.
Here's a chance for Lao to strike back, to get even.
Tori Star with a put in. Certainly a lot of space here on the short side for Lao. Let's see if they utilize it.
Guam have the win. Off their own 22, Guam taking the ball up. That's a great run from that big girl. That's Levana Trelage.
And that's her second run for the game. She had an earlier one. Certainly difficult to stop. A lot of energy, a lot of power. Giving the Lao girls a bit of a headache out there. Great defense here by Lao. A lot of pressure on the ball carrier.
It's Levina Trelage again. She's not afraid to take that ball up in the middle, doing the hard yards and doing it the hard way. We have a break here from Guam. It's number 1 again. It's Olivia Elliott.
Keep working, Mac. Keep working.
Penalty Guam.
And a great tackle there by Maxi Lorbilayo to slow that ball down and keep Lao in the game.
Guam 2 meters out, and it's that number 7 again, Ryan. She's over again for a third try of the morning.
Yeah, great try there by Paige. Again, that step off the right, back into the space, and she's over again. Seems unstoppable.
I think this is a name for the future. Number 7 from Guam. She's everywhere. She's putting on the steps. It's the show and go, and she's in for the third of a day. That conversion is unsuccessful, and at halftime, it's Guam 17, Laos 7. Some motivation there from both coaches for their sides. They have 7 minutes to prove what they're made of. The score is 17-7. Guam with a lead. As we get the second half underway, we'll have Laos kicking off and running from left to right of your screen.
Yeah, certainly the game is not over here for Laos. Only 10 points in it, and we've seen in sevens how quickly 10 points can just disappear, as we saw in the previous game between Bangladesh and Uzbekistan.
Vongdala from Laos to get us underway in the second half. Guam like to take it up the middle. They're not afraid to do so. They've got the size and they've got the speed. The big don't argue there from number 1, Olivia Elliott. Now they spread it out to the left. It's Serba. Serba with the ball.
Yeah, good continuity here from Guam. Picking up where they left off in the first half. Really looking to get this ball around and securing it so well in the contact as well.
This is the 5th phase for Guam. Another good setup here from the Guam girls. Serba feeding it out. It's Elliott. Elliott up the middle. She saw a gap. It's closed now. They throw it out right.
Looking for the ball out wide. Great step inside.
It's Terlaje. Terlaje with a bustling run. And the referee's seen something there. The pull of the hair, which is not allowed. And that's a sin bin.
Yeah, and Talaj has been a fantastic player throughout the game. She's had some bollocking runs through the midfield, and certainly a lot of energy, and been an absolute nuisance to this Lao team.
Yeah, this penalty really is basic. I mean, in women's rugby, in any sort of rugby, you don't pull the hair. It's just fair play, and the referee has called it up. The Guam player is still down. A little bit of concern there from the referee. Let's hope that it's nothing serious. She's standing on her own. She seems to be okay. Looks a little bit dizzy, but she's running on her own there. Time on from the ref.
Number 11, Hazel Okavilo on for Levana Talaj.
Guam on the attack again.
Good turnover there by Lao. Let's see if they can get themselves off their line.
That clearance kick from Lao. From Lao. Went all about 5 meters, Ryan.
Yeah, they haven't had much possession, so kicking it away possibly wasn't the best option there for Lao. Should have maybe looked to hang on to it and challenge this Guam defense a bit.
A replacement here for Lao. Number 6 is on. We have Vong Pachana on the field. Guam have the throw in. Time is back on. Good strategy here from Guam.
And a knock on there from Serba. Her first mistake on the game. She's had a great game so far. Oh, Lao with the put in. Let's see if they can build some continuity here. It's been lacking from their game today. If they can just keep their hands on the ball and just build something, like they did for their earlier try, we could see a very different result here.
Lao do win the scrum. And it's Vongdala. Vongdala has seen the gap. You give her a metre, she'll take a mile. Look at her strides go. She's like a 100-metre sprinter. It's Vongdala. Vongdala for Lao, and she'll go right underneath the posts.
Fantastic try there for Vondala and for Lao. It just shows that if they use the ball, attack that space and hang on to it, far more effective than kicking it away.
That was a great effort from Vongdala. It was a solo effort deep in her own 22. She saw half a metre gap there and she went through it, and the rest was history.
Yeah, and most importantly, they're well back into the game here.
And that's converted.
3-point game, that's what we're dealing with.
Guam 17, Lao 14. It is on here at Jakarta's Gelora Bung Karno Stadium. Guam versus Lao. There's the try scorer, Vongdala, ready to kick us off again with the restart. She's got such a great running style with poise, pumping the legs. Fantastic to see. Now it's Guam from deep in their own half. Serber.
Good step. Oh. Bit of a high shot there. Penalty coming. Advantage now to Guam. Can they use it? Use the width.
Some nice handling skills here from Guam. The ref will play that penalty from that high shot. Yes. Midfield, Guam with the ball now. 10 metres in their own half. It's Elliott. Elliott with the surge. Elliott with a big don't argue. She's put down though.
Great tackle by Tori Starr.
Elliott springs it out wide, and there's a drop ball from Guam.
And with 2 minutes to go in the game, still anybody's game. Lao with the put in. And let's see if Vongala can make one of those magic breaks again and get herself down under the 6.
Free kick. Guam a little bit eager there. Lao with a tap and go, but the referee will call it up. The referee calls a very, very controversial call here. Now that he's given the scrum with a Guam feed.
Is he French?
I dare say not. Guam with the ball. It's Serber. Serber with that step. She's taking them on, but it's good defense there from Lao.
Recycle the ball well. Great step there.
And Guam are in. I think this will seal it for the Guamies. It's number 4, Kayla Taguakta.
Yeah, great show and go there by Taylor and Kayla, and fantastic show of pace over those last 20 meters to get herself over the line. Really good comeback here by Guam. They've been under all sorts of pressure this half, and deservedly so, closing out the game here.
As the final whistle blows, we wait for the conversion. It's unsuccessful. That's game over. Guam coming out victors, 22 to Laos 14.
Great advertisement for Asian rugby, great advertisement for women's rugby at that game. A lot of physicality, a lot of pace, some really, really good skills and some standout players there. Good to see.